Hello and welcome. My name is Joe Chance Dudley. I am the director of this production and I am the founder of Shakespeare. This is a digital theater project that I created in order to make classic works of theater available in a digital, affordable, and accessible format. I'm very excited to welcome you to our first ever production, a reading of William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. If you are tuning in on our Facebook page, hello and welcome. Be sure to give this page a like and a follow to stay updated on future productions, workshops, and other digital theater opportunities and resources. This production will be available only for a limited time on Facebook, but we'll also be posting this production in full on our YouTube channel, so you can watch it there whenever and wherever you'd like. So be sure to subscribe to that as well. A few housekeeping notes before we begin. This will be the first of two parts. So in this video, you'll see Acts 1, 2, and 3, and I'll be uploading Acts 4 and 5 in a separate video, so feel free to take however long or short of an intermission as you need. Another note, I did edit both of these videos myself. It's not perfect, so I wanted to give a warning about potential audio unevenness and visual delays. I promise it's not your device acting up, it is all me. So all that being said, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy 12th Nights.
Scene 1, Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Duke Orsino, Curio, and other lords, musicians attending.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. It came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that, notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes as fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do, the noblest I have. Oh, when mine eye did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant I was turned into a hart, and my desires fell like cruel and hounds e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaiden do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress, she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, has she? Oh, that she hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones all supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Exit. Act 1, Scene 2, the sea coast. Enter Viola, a captain, and sailors.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance he may be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you, hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Arion, on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam. Well, for I was bred and born, not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name,
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know. What great ones do, the less will prattle of. Did he seek the love of fair Olivia?
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died in some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow, what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain. And though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as happily shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let my eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
Exit. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Maria.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they not be, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Ah, aye, he.
He's as stout a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all those ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Oh, fie that you'll say so. He plays o' the vile gamboys, and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that, he's a fool, he's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to ally the gust he hath in quarreling. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
Oh, by this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
That they add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria.
Sir Toby Belch, how now, Sir Toby Belch?
Oh, sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
Well, what's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
The good mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of a cost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, would thou mightest never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fool in hands?
Sir, I have you not by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hands.
Now, sir, I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends, married. Now I let go your hand. I am barren.
O knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometime I have no more wits than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wits.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'd ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi, do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I had in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why, would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it would not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well, does not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1, she'll none of me. The Duke himself here hard by woos her.
Oh, she'll have none of the Duke's. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear't. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kick-swashes, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters. And yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellent in a Gilliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are all these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts occurred before them? Why dost thou not go to church in a Gilliard and come home in a Coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a Gilliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flamed-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we else do? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and hearts.
No, sir, it is legs and thighs. Let me see the caper. Ha! Higher. Excellent.
Exit. Act 1, Scene 4, Duke Orsino's place. Enter Valentine and Viola in man's attire.
If the Duke continue these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Duke.
Who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book, even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gant unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow until thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she will never admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passions of my love. Surprise her with the discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Believe it, lad, for they shall yet belie thy happy years. That say thou art a man. Diana's lips is no more soft and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy consolation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when in least company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, whoe'er I woo myself would be his wife.
Exit. Act 1, Scene 5, Olivia's house. Enter Maria and Clown.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in the way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Oh, let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that you may be so bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let summer bear it out.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Makes your excuse wisely. You are best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. And I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man, for what says Quinapolus? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to your dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then the fool is not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin. And sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Miss Prison in the highest degree. Lady, the cowl does not make the monk. That's as much to say as I were not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechise you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmary that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that crow so at these set of fools, no better than the fool Zannies.
You are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speaks well of fools.
Madame, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
The Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madame. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madame, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Duke, I am sick or not at home, what you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it. By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here, a plague of these pickled herring. How now, sot?
Oh, good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery, I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
I mean, Mary, what is he?
Oh, let him be the devil, and he will. I care not. Give me faith, I say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit on my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak to you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind?
What manner of man?
Oh, a very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis peace god, or a cooling when it is almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water, between boy and man. He's very well favored and speaks very shrewdly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Okay, well, let him approach. Call in my
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come. Throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would loathe to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, and I have taken great pains to con it.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, so that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you an actor?
Oh, my part. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at the gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber. I'm to hole here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady.
Tell me your mind.
I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful.
I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun a piece as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own secret and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item 2 lips, indifferent red, item 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the non-peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great taste, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate and call upon my soul within the house? Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them loud, even in the dead of night? Halloo your name to the reverberate hills and make the babbling gossip of the air? Cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my estate as well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless perchance you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love makes his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortune, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art, thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirits do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast, soft, soft, unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come to this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe what is decreed must be, and be this so.
Exit.
Will you stay no longer, nor will you not that I go with you?
By your presence, no, mine stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours, therefore I shall crave your leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir, my determined voyage is mere extravagancy, but I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I'm willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me, then. Antonio, my name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. The heavens had been pleased when we had so ended, but you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
The lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful, that though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not call but fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Sebastian, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and yet I am so near the manners of my mother, that on the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to Duke Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would very shortly see thee there. But come, what may. I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Exit. Act 2, Scene 2, a street. Enter Viola, Malvolio following.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace I have arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it, sir.
She took the ring of me? I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it at her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eyes. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man, if it be so as 'tis. Poor lady, she were better left a dream. How will this fade? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she mistaken seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Exit. Act 2, Scene 3, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Sir Andrew.
Approach, Sir Andrew, not to be abed after midnight is be up betimes, and to get up at dawn is most healthy, thou knows it.
Nay, my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marion, I say, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the fool, of faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Oh, welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch. Come on. There's a sixpence for you. Let's have a song.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
Oh, a love song.
Aye, I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, say and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still on shore. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's the stuff will not endure.
Oh, a mellifluous voice, as I am true knight's.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, i' faith.
Oh, to hear by the nose, it is a dulcet in contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance instead? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of 1 weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I'm a dog at catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain, let her catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave. Knight? I shall be constrained into it to call thee knave, knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
Oh, I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good faith, come begin. Hold thy peace, 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 hold thy peace.
What in Catholic do you keep here? If I have not called up here my steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's a Cathian. We are politicians. Malvolio's a Pegaramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's in admirable fooling.
Aye, he does well enough if he be disposed, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
For the love of God, peace.
Hold thy peace.
My masters, are you mad? But what are you? Have ye no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house, yet that ye squeak out your cosier's catch without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snack up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me to tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous there shall be no more cakes and ale? Go, sir, rub your chains with crumbs. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favors at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere a good as deed to drink when a man's a hungry, to challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenger, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count's was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, tell us something of him.
Mary,
sir. Sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, I thought that I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly, but a time pleaser, an affectioned ass, that constate without book and utters it by great swords. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all look on him, love him. And on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his ways some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter we can hardly make distinction of, our hands.
Excellent, I smell a device.
I have it in my news too.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physique will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it for this night to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Oh, good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Oh, come, come, I'll go burn some sack till 'tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight. Come, knight.
Exit. Act 2, Scene 4, Duke Orsino's place. Enter Duke Orsino, Viola, Curio, and others.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night. Methought it did reveal my passions much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Jest, the jester, my lord. A fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Seek him out, and play the tune a while. Come hither, boy. If thou ever shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives the very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young that thou art, thy eye has stayed upon some favor that it loves. Has it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years, I faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower once displayed doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so, to die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their threads with bones, do use to chant it. It is a silly soothe, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair maid. My shroud of light shall go with you. flower sweet. On my black coffin, let there be straw. Not a friend greets my poor clocks where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to save lay me on, where sad true lover never finds my grave to weep there.
Here is for thy pains.
Oh, no pains, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Oh, truly, sir. And pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy cod protect thee. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything and their intent everywhere. For that's it that always makes good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love more noble than the world prizes not quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily a fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir?
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bid the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, but mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between the love a woman can bear me that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true as heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be, perhaps. Were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
Blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like the worm in the bud, bead on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like Patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place, bid no denay.
Exit. 2 Scene 5, Olivia's garden. Enter Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep bidder come from some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have to have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Get ye all three into that box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder eye the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow, his half hour. Observe him. for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting, lie down there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but a fortune, a misfortune. Maria once told me that she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, to be Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue.
There's an example
Pistol
for it. The
him,
lady of
pistol
Strotsky married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Oh, peace. Oh, now he's deeply in. Oh, look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit me in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs. 2 for my kinsman Toby.
Oh, bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace, peace, now.
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance the wind-up watch, or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches. Courtesies there to me.
Oh, shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him and thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control, saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, gave me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Oh, out, scab.
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. Oh, it is with contempt of question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, oh, her very phrases, by your leave wax, 'tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. This should be thee, Malvolio.
Oh, Mary, hang thee, Brock.
I may contend where I adore, but silence like a loose greasy knife, with bloodless stroke my hearth does gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first let me see.
Oh, what dish of poison has she dressed him?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her, she is my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that he is not at a cold scent.
Doubter will cry upon it for all this, though it be rank as a fox.
M, Malvolio, M? Why, that begins my name.
Did I not say it would work out? The cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there is no consistency in the sequel that suffers under the probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind, M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former. And yet to crush this a little, it would bow to me for every one of these letters. There are in my name. Soft, here follows the prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open thy hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them. Be opposite with thy kingsmen, surly with the servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself in the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow duvet and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember, go to, thou art made, if thou desiredest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy, daylight and champion, discovers not more. This opened, I will be proud, I will read politic authors, I will baffle Sir Toby, I will wash off gross acquaintance, I will be point devise the very man. I do not fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites me to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow duvet of late, she did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind injunction that drives me to these habits of her liking. Oh, I thank the stars, I am happy. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose, but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee, Jove, I thank thee, I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I, too.
And ask no other dowry with her, but just such another jest.
Nor I either.
Here comes my noble gull catcher.
Oh, will thou set a foot on my neck?
Or mine either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image leaves him, he will run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with the midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in his yellow doublet, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which she will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a noble contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tatar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
Exit. Act 3, Scene 1, Olivia's garden. Enter Viola and clown with a tabor.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married.
I saw thee late at the Duke Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk around the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere.
Nay, hold. There's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I tell thee, I'm almost sick for one. Though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging, but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of the persons and the time, and, like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art, for folly that he wisely shows is fit. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Duke Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him. For his thoughts, would they were blanks rather than be filled with me.
Madam, I've come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
By your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak of him. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love?
No, not a grise, for 'tis a vulgar proof that we very oft we pity enemies.
Why then, methinks, 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt are the poor to be proud! If one should be prey, how much the better to be fall before the lion than the wolf. I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
What a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt of anger of his lip. Murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore has no cause, but rather reason thus with reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall be mistress of it, save I alone. So adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
Exit. Act 3, Scene 2, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
No, faith, I will not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Duke's serving man, Cesario, than ever she bestowed upon me. I sought in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
She did show favor in the youth, in your sight only to exasperate you, to awake your dormant valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness.
Challenge me the Duke's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world that can more prevail in men's commendation with a woman than report of valor.
There's no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a marital hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and fun of invention. Go, about it.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I've been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Never trust me then. By all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened, and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
If you desire this fate, and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yond gull Malvolio is turned heathen. He's in yellow doublet.
And cross-gartered?
Most villainously. He does obey every point of the letter that I drop to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines as the new map with augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis.
Come, bring us where he is.
Act 3, Scene 3, a street. Enter Sebastian and Antonio.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pain, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than the filed steel, did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though so much, as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy what might befall your travel. Being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable, my willing love, to rather by these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make, but thanks, and every thanks. Ooh, what's to do? Shall we go see the relics of the town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight, I pray you. Let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight gainst the Duke his galleys, I did some service of such note indeed, that I were a taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Like you slew a great number of his people?
The offense is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody arguments.
Oh, do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here is my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant. It best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet. Whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town, there shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not idle for market, sir.
Oh, I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant?
I do remember.
Exit.
I have sent after him, he says he'll come. How shall I feast and what bestow of him? For youth has bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you. If he come, for sure, the man is tainted in wits.
Go call him hither. I am as mad as he if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho, ho, ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Oh, sad lady, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gardening, but what of that? If it pleases the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my duvet.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed, aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio? Why appear you in this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness.
Sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow duvet.
Thy yellow duvet?
And wished to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Duke Orsino is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look at me? This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak with him.
Here he is, here he is. How's it with you, sir? How's it with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Does she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How's with you? What, man? Defy the devil, consider it. He is an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La, you, and you speak ill of the devil. How he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord!
Oh, prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him. Hey, Biddy, come with me.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element, and you shall know more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as improbable fiction.
His very genius hath taken the infection of the device, man.
Pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance. 'Tis our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him, at which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrants there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
I warrant him do, but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not thy mind, why I do call thee so, for I will show thee for no reason for it.
A good note. That keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceeding good sense, less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
good.
Thou killest me like a rogue and a villain. Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend as thou upset him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it to him.
You may have a very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of Orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass off that terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off. Gives manhood more a prohibition than ever proofs itself would earn him away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will I not deliver his letter. For the behavior of this youth, Cesario gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. Therefore this letter, being so excellently ignored, will breed no terror in his youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, and impurity. Yes, this will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Oh, here comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor bare to uncherry out. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow, fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
God's gentleman save thee.
And you, sir?
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him? I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your God, for your opposite hath in him what youth, skill, strength, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is a knight, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his incensement at the moment is so implacable. The satisfactory can be none but the pains of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word. Give it or take it.
I will return again to the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposefully on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Oh, sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety as might answer him. Therefore, uh, on your stripe your sword stark naked for metal you must, that's certain, or forswear him to wear iron about you.
This is uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal abridgment, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go as Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a mortal motion that is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet will hit the ground they step on.
Pox not, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on't. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my great horse, great Capulets.
I'll make the motion. Stand here. Make a good show on it. This shall end without the predation of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I persuaded him to use the devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
Oh, there's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he hath better bethought him of this quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth taking of. Therefore draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make them tell me how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew. There's no remedy. The gentleman's will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duello avoid it, but he has promised me that as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, to it.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
Put up your sword if this young gentleman have done offense. I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir, why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Oh, nay. If you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold. Here comes the officers.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry will I, sir, and for that I promised you, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I rest thee at the suit of Duke Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no jot. I know your favor well, though you have no sea cap upon your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now? Not my necessity. Makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you of some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you've showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make a division of my present with you. Hold, here's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature.
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, with which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks overflourished by the devil.
Man grows mad. Away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself, so do not I. Prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Come hither, knight, come hither, Fabian. We'll whisper over a couplet of two of most sage saws.
He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass, even such and so, in favor was my brother. And he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity of denying him. And for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Slid, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money, 'twill be nothing yet.